Good morning, Jude.
Good morning, Steve. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you holding up?
Yeah, fine. Enjoying the sun and revising. So yeah. Right. So I'm going to be asking you a few questions about your time here in Robinson College. So firstly, what brings you here, and what do you do? Introduce yourself.
So I am a professor of history at the University of Vermont in the U.S. I was, just had a project I was working on and was looking for a place to work on it, and was lucky enough to get an invitation as visiting scholar from the Faculty of History. And then I went looking for a place to hang my hat and live, because it's no fun being a visiting professor and living on the street.
Yeah.
I had an offer of a place to live and a Fulbright Fellowship from Robinson College, and it was great. It's obviously a lovely place, right across the street from the University Library. So here I am.
And so far, what do you think has been your favourite thing about the college?
Oh boy, that's a big question, because I've had a lot of favorite things about the college. I mean, I come out here often in the afternoon to sit pond and in the sun and read.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. And what I've liked most, to be honest, are the people I've met. It's just, I expected everyone at Cambridge to be smart. Just playing the percentages. But the vibe at Robinson has been really amazingly welcoming and convenient. And so to sit and talk to people, it's one of the great virtues, I think, of the college system here and at Oxford, which practically doesn't exist at all in the U.S., that a lot of people from different parts of the university in different fields end up in the same place talking to each other. Yeah. And I really enjoy. I met so many people doing things I would never otherwise have met people doing those things. Cell biologists and legal scholars. So it's been a really both personal and intellectual treat to be here, and a few of the students like you, and I like to think that the world is not going to hell in a handbasket, and so I meet you and other students here, and I think, well, that seems to be true. It's not actually. The future maybe isn't guaranteed, but it's looking good.
No, that's lovely. So how have you found the relationship between sort of students and academics then?
It's obviously, for structural reasons, a very different system than I'm used to, right? Because sometimes I teach seminars with, they could have 10 people, they could have 20 people, mid-level classes with 40 people, and big lectures with 100 people. Yeah. Very different system. And then in the course of teaching, I get to know a lot of students at my university. In that sense, it's not that different. Except that, you and I know each other, and you're not a history student, right? So again, even as students go, you meet a greater variety of people, and I haven't really done the supervisory business. So I don't really have a good feeling of how that works and how it's different. I'm sure it's very different from the way I teach and the way I was taught when I was in school. It seems to work extremely well. I'm impressed by everyone's work ethic, at least to judge by the amount of time people spend at lunch. They go and they scarf down their lunch, and then they're off back to change the world. But you're doing revision now, and so the students I know are all third years and working incredibly hard. So it's just, the whole system is impressive. The problem with it is it's not really replicable. I think I thought to myself, well, how can I, is there some way to export this model to the University of Vermont, where I live and teach, which is a good university? And my answer to myself was, what do I need to replicate Cambridge in Vermont? And it's $100 billion in 800 years. So probably not.
Yeah. No, very, very interesting. Very interesting. I think there's a real closeness, especially in Cambridge and perhaps in Robinson especially, between students and academics. My boss took me out and me and my friend out for cake, just to celebrate the end of our dissertation, and I think that's very unique to Cambridge. What do you think you're going to take back to America then? That you've taken from your time?
Well, aside from memories and friendships, I'm going to take back the opportunity I've had to advance a new project.
Yeah.
Right. So I finished my last project book was published last year, and so I started work on a new project, and because I've had to buy fellowship, and because my dean back in Vermont had very kindly agreed to pay my salary while I was here, I've had a chance to spend some time in Paris, where I worked in the archives and gathered a lot of material for the new project, and I've had a lot of time to work on it in the flat and in the library, and one of the other things I've loved about this isn't particular to Robinson, but especially to Cambridge, an amazing richness of seminars and intellectual life. So I've been